My car has 268,000 miles. Actually, it probably has 270. I stopped counting after 268, and because I can't count that high to begin with. It's crazy because I've had, well, it's my family's car, but we've had this car for the last 16 years, since 2009, and it's dying. It's about time that it's dying, and I can't wait to attend its funeral. But I've been so grateful for the car that I have. It's gotten me from point A to point B. And that's what I've realized what a car does. It gets you from point A to point B. Some people in the United States are blessed enough to live in New York City where you don't need a car. Same for Chicago, same for Washington, D.C. But if you are cursed to live in the great state of Texas, the great state of freedom, where we got guns and barbecue, then you need a vehicle to get from point A to point B. Because there is, even where I live, I can't even go to the grocery store. And I live in a heavily populated area. I live in Dallas. I live in a very heavily, and it's not like one of them random suburbs. I live in the proper city. And I still am isolated from a grocery store. It's a trek just to get a carton of milk. Don't even get me started on eggs. I don't know what's going on with eggs. Don't know egg prices, but it's a whole trek to get one. And my car is dying. It's actually, no matter what happens, come August, I'm getting a car loan. Come hell or high water, I don't know how. I don't know where the money's gonna come from. Your boy's gonna have to win the lottery or whatever, but it's dying. It's over. It's served its purpose. It's time on to the next relationship. Getting divorced, breakup, situationship, moving to my next thing. My car has done so much, and I don't know if this is a thank you or a tribute, but the fact that it's made it this long is a miracle within itself. And what's interesting about this is that most people don't drive their cars for 15 years. Most people just get a new thing, get a new thing, get a new thing, get a new thing. And same thing with phones, same thing with everything. We don't really keep things anymore. We kind of just on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. The idea of buying and holding something for a very, very, very long time, it's unheard of. At this point, I'm speaking Chinese to you. If I would, yeah, I had it for 15 years, and then, we kind of treat everything like that. We treat relationships like that. We treat our items like that. We treat jobs like that. We treat everything where it's just, oh, okay, 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 okay. But I think the one thing I learned driving a car like this, it showed me that, it's just a blessing to get from point A to point B. I will admit though that at some point, I'm not gonna lie, it's not safe. I'm dancing with the Grim Reaper if I keep driving this car. I know that the time has come for me to move on to the next thing. I'm a whole new world. That's me with my car. It's time to get a whole new car. And while the next car is not going to be, because I'm probably going to get a Corolla, so your boy's going to get a downgrade. Your boy's going to go from an Accord to a Corolla. And it's okay, just the fact that I might be in a position to get a Corolla, it's also a blessing, so I'm not complaining about that. But it's weird because that car has been through me through high school and college. Part of me wanted to, get gal, have baby, and then pop a car seat in the back seat and say, bing, bang, boom. This thing's been for 3 generations, but that's not how things work. That's not how this thing works. It's time for something new. It's time for something exciting, and it's interesting because I have the worst car compared to all my friends. Like, I have the worst car. And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. But it's definitely humbled me. There's a lot of things in my life that have definitely humbled me. Staying in college for 7 years, working a retail job, now having a 16-year-old car has humbled me. And it's just shown me that not everything has to be flashy. Sometimes you just got to get from point A to point B. And that's really all a car is. Now, if I ever have the blessing of, going from a Toyota Corolla to maybe I'll get a big boy, I'll join the big boy leagues and get a Camry And maybe when I'm like 40 or 50, I can afford a Lexus. It'll take me 25 years to afford a Lexus. Maybe, you know, in 25 years, you know, your boy ain't thinking about a Porsche. Your boy ain't thinking about anything else. Maybe I'll ascend to the heights of a Lexus. And I think that, you know, just taking things one step at a time and realizing that, you know, that's kind of, you don't know how long you have something. If I had known that this car would have been with me for 15 years, man, that's great. You know, that's amazing. You know, that's, amen to that. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that, it's weird that I'm scared of the next thing. I'm scared of getting something, even though I know I have to. Like, it's time. It's way overdue to get something new. And my parents were always like, oh, the thing is with this car is it died really last year. It really died 2 years ago. I think now it's like, oh no, this is irreparable, because after this month, like after this semester, I'm done driving that car. I'm not driving it in June or July, or like I'm not driving it at all. I'm going to, come August, like when I come back from my internship, I don't know what my situation's gonna be like. I'm gonna go down to the dealership, you know, put things on my credit card and see what happens next. That's what I'm gonna do, because, you know, that's kind of where I have to figure something out. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know what is gonna happen, you know, but I don't have a choice. I legit don't have a choice. I've gotta figure this out, because this is the situation I'm in. I desperately need a car, and I need one that's reliable and safe. And that's the thing. It's like, oh, you car loans. I don't have a choice. I legit don't have any other choice. If I had any other choice, I would, trust me, I would take it. I would take it and I would run with it. But since I don't, I'm kind of just in this bind where your boy's gonna have to, you know, put it on a credit card and see what happens next. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen. And with getting a new car, it's interesting because this would be really my first big boy purchase. And it's like, okay, then I guess the next thing is an apartment, which I'm not even really thinking about that, because I do have to eventually, one of these days, like someday very soon, you're not gonna see the white and blue stripes, at least not for a minute, unless I somehow get a house and then recreate this setup, which I might not, who knows. I really don't plan much for the future. But I'm excited, you know, because the fact that I'm, you know, gonna drive a different car this year is something that wasn't in my bingo cards, but you know, you gotta just roll with what's given with you and just accept things for what they are. And then, but the plan is not to keep this thing for 15 years. That's not the, I have learned my lesson that after 100,000 miles, you gotta start looking at other things, because things just break down. Oh man, the more you learn, the more you know. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. My socials will be linked down below and at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.